What's good? What's good? Welcome to the Epic Entertainment Critics. I am Antoine. So, I see they dropped the trailer this morning, and I wanted to go ahead and do a little reaction discussion for it. They dropped that Shang-Chi, The Legend of the Ten Rings. Marvel released a little lineup for, I guess, all this year. Like, this is phase 4, I believe. This is phase 4 of Marvel. And they released their lineup. Like, that was like last summer they released that lineup. And Shang-Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings was on there. This is probably more of an accurate depiction of the Mandarin character. The Mandarin, that's where the Ten Rings come from. The Mandarin was a villain of Iron Man and also a villain of other characters. Shang-Chi was like, I guess he was like one of their Chinese heroes. I guess, and I'm guessing he was based off some kung fu movies, like Shaolin monks from kung fu movies or something like that. And I guess he had the Mandarin, the Mandarin was one of his villains or whatever. So I'm gonna check this trailer out, and I'm gonna do a little discussion of what I think about it. So without further ado, Shang-Chi, the Ten Rings trailer. Alrighty, that's a little better.
I gave you 10 years to live your life.
Now you see me rise.
And where did that get you? You walked in my shadow. I trained you. To the most dangerous people in the world. Couldn't kill you. Son, it's time for you to take your place by my side.
You better watch out, 'cause it's my time.
That's not going to happen.
It's a new era, you say come alive. You woke up the dragon.
You can't outrun
I run from mine.
who you really are.
That was dope.
Who are you?
What?
Bugger.
Hold on, everybody! We make a good team.
Really? I could keep the comedy. I'll tell you that right now. Shang-Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings. That looks dope. That looks dope. I mean, I'm gonna be honest though, it just looked like a nice little. It looks like a nice little martial art movie. I don't see no superhero stuff in there, but it looked dope though. It looks like a lot of the Hong Kong action flicks I've seen though, and I'm not trying to talk down on it, but I don't know, I just didn't see no mystical elements there. I was looking for something that is going to show that something mystical here, but yeah, I mean, it looks like a good action movie. It looked like a good martial art movie. I'm not sure about that character, like his personal life and all that. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's like every other story. Like, I trained in a monastery, and you are the chosen one. Like, I see a lot of that in there. Like, oh, okay, we've seen that before. Especially me being a fan of kung fu movies and Hong Kong cinema. Like, okay, this is stuff I seen in that. I see the villain is that well, he's probably a henchman, but that's the guy that was in Creed 2 as Victor Drago. I forget his name. I guess he got like a Russian sounding name or whatever. But I'm glad to see him again because he is definitely a opposing threat. So that's like a villain that I would love to see in future. but but yeah, the action looks good. It kind of just looked like a kung fu movie. It just looked like a Hong Kong action flick though. I don't know. I didn't see the Mandarin. Eventually he's gonna have to show up, I guess. I'm not sure who's playing him, but unless that one guy was the Mandarin. It looked like Jackie Chan. I was like, that Jackie Chan? But they would, of course, they'd have been selling on Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan probably said, I want this much money, and I want this one. I want I'm on my own trailer. I want this. I want that. I'm the big star here. So they was like, no, we don't need no big stars. We need some startup guys and some young talent or whatever. That comedy did not work for me. Showing the we make a good team. I'm like, okay. So I don't know what they're gonna do with that, but I mean, it might play well to the Chinese audience because I think a lot of people in this movie are popular in Chinese cinema. So those characters might, those actors might play well to their Chinese audience. But I think they're gonna it's gonna make a lot of money because look, it's a Marvel movie, and it's a predominantly Asian cast with a old school comic book Asian kung fu comic book story. So that's cool because they got stuff like not the Karate Kid. I think is it the Karate Boy or something? It's like they got like a whole lot of old school 80 martial art comic books there, which is like the Karate Boy or the Karate Master and stuff like that. Corny stuff, but I think they could update it and do something with that. But no, it looked good, man. It looks like a it looks like a decent action movie, like I said. And I didn't see no I guess we'll see later, but I didn't see too much of the mystical elements of it. They put some hip hop in there. It was cool. It actually fit. They didn't go with that old mystical sounding, or they didn't go with the ancient Chinese something. But I did see some of that wire food that you see in these kung fu movies. I would say older kung fu movies, which I kind of didn't like because it just gave me too much of the feel of the Hong Kong wire food action. And it's like, okay, y'all supposed to be doing something different with it. So don't rely on your same old tricks. Are you giving homage, or are you just copying some old tricks? You can give homage and not look like you copying. It's a thin line, but you got to know how to walk that line. So it looks like it's gonna be good. Looks like it's gonna be a good action movie. But I'm gonna be honest with you, it looked like it's something that could have been on Netflix. Just a good action. It's just like a good Hong Kong action kung fu movie that could have been on Netflix. They got to show me something else though, if they want me to believe that this should be a big blockbuster. They did show some stunts there with the bus crashing and all that, which looked cool. And who are you? And I swear, boy, if he would have said, I'm Shang-Chi, I would have been like, I'm out. At least he didn't say his name. I mean, that's a cliche. When somebody asks who you are and then you say your name and they stop everything, you say your name. I mean, like, they didn't do that, but he still gave a pose. Like, come on, what? You ain't got a pose. I mean, that's kind of been my problem sometimes with the kung fu movies, because a lot of kung fu techniques, some of them they use in these movies or made for competitions, martial art competitions, and they do a lot of posing and stuff with all their moves. That's because it's for a martial art competition where you do the move, but you also gotta pose as part of a show. And a lot of them they translate that to the movies, and that's why you get a lot of posing after they do a move or all this. Like a lot of those poses are not meant to be tactical. They're not meant to, they're not meant to be a defense or whatever. It's a pose. It's a pose to, meant to look cool. And I kind of wanted him to get away from that a little bit. And he just, did the whole pose. I was like, okay, man, you have to do that. But anyway, looks cool. I will have a in-depth discussion once we get a stream going on. We're gonna do a stream later, so we're gonna try to do it tomorrow. So we're gonna get a stream. We're gonna get in-depth discussion on it. So that is my reaction, a little discussion for Shang-Chi, The Legend of the Ten Rings. If you like my content, if you like our content, please subscribe to the channel. You will get and hit the bell icon so you'll get alerts every time we post new videos or we live stream. All right, I'm out of here.